I wanted to show you guys something. This is the new Rolex Explorer 36mm, the 124270, trading for about $20,000. I've gotten a few emails about it, a few comments about it, and a few calls about it, which is why I want to discuss the price of the new Explorer 36. So let me just get right into it. Let's first talk about how I found out, then we're going to talk about if these prices are going to stick, and then finally what you should be doing about these prices. First of all, how did I find out? Why is that important to the topic today? Well, if you're in the watch business, there's moments where all of a sudden a lot of clients are going to contact you about the exact same watch, and it's all happening all at once. Now, the reason why clients do this is because they're hoping specific dealers have not caught on to the market yet. Basically, they see prices going up on Chrono24 and so on, contact some dealers to see if anybody hasn't caught on yet so they could quickly buy it. Nothing wrong with that. Clients want to get a good deal before the prices go up. And that is when all of a sudden I realized that there's a lot of inquiries about the 124270 Rolex Explorer 36. So naturally, I look up the market, I do my research, and I realize a lot of people, private sellers, are trying to sell it for about $20,000. Now, there's a difference between private sellers and dealers, which we're going to talk about in a second. But let's first talk about these prices. The Rolex Explorer 36 has just released, and a lot of people haven't gotten their hands on it. Now, for the very few who have, they're trying to sell it for as much as possible, hoping that the market will stick at that price, and or they're just gonna sell those watches at those prices. Then later on, when the prices drop, they already got their money, doesn't matter anymore. So the 124270 was trading for about, or listed for about $20,000 2 weeks ago. And I was gonna make this video 2 weeks ago, but I really got busy with the business and I actually just built this little studio. Hopefully you guys like it. But anyway, they've been sitting on Chrono at $20,000, haven't sold. That is a very important distinction. Now, the second thing I wanted to talk about is gauging the market accurately. So the reason why this is important is, as I mentioned, a few people were listing the Rolex Explorer for $20,000. Now, the past 2 weeks, it became from $14,000 to $20,000, still trading for about double retail, triple, 4 times retail, whatever. So when you look at the market, you're watching Chrono24, you're watching eBay, you're watching all these markets, but the most important thing, let's talk about Chrono24. When you look at Chrono24, there's an algorithm that you can follow. Now, with this algorithm, you can see how the market moves. Now, in my opinion, when you watch that algorithm, the yearly market is more accurate than the monthly. Let me explain. When I started looking at this algorithm a lot, because of obviously the business, I started to notice something, is that the algorithm yearly is really good at gauging the market, but on a monthly basis, the algorithm, what I realized, and with a lot of watches that are sitting on my personal watch list, what I realized is the algorithm goes by what dealers and sellers are trying to sell it for, but not just one dealer that lists something. So let's say, for example, I have the Rolex Submariner 114060. I list it for $50,000. Now the market for this is $10,000 to $12,000. And let's say after I list it, a few dealers follow my lead, start trading or selling it for $45,000 to $50,000. A few dealers start listing this. The algorithm starts to kind of get tricked into thinking that this watch sells for that amount. And so when you look at the chart will look like this, because obviously the Rolex went from $10,000 to $12,000 to $50,000. But the most important thing you have to realize about that is, just because the Rolex Explorer 36 is listed at $20,000 does not mean it is selling at that price. This is one of the biggest reasons I wanted to make this video, is because I wanted to make sure, I know a lot of people are really savvy in this watch collecting hobby, but from the few comments that I've gotten, from the few emails, I started to get worried. Just because a watch is listed at $20,000 does not mean it's selling for that. Now, sometimes that is the case. For example, the FP Journe Chronometer Blue, trading for about $70,000. I can vouch for that. It does in fact sell for that. Not all cases are like that. A lot of dealers are trying to inflate prices, obviously, to try to make money. In this case, the Rolex Explorer 36, which will be a very mass-produced market. Hundreds and thousands of them will be in the market in the next few years. It is not gonna stick. The prices at $20,000, even at $14,000, $15,000 is not gonna stick. Obviously, you all knew my advice, don't buy it at those prices, but there's one more thing I wanted to discuss because I know it's gonna come up. The Tiffany Oyster Perpetual Blue Dial that I ranted about a couple of months ago, and I said that the prices might not stick, but in this case, the Oyster Perpetual Tiffany Dial has a better basically opportunity to stick those prices from $18,000 to $20,000 versus the Rolex Explorer 36 for one big reason. The Tiffany dial, the yellow dial, the red dial, Oyster Perpetuals are not part of the core collection of Rolex. By core collection, I mean long-term collection. The Rolex Explorer 36 is very important historically to Rolex. Yes, I get it, the Oyster Perpetual line is important, but not those colors. It would be very smart, and I'm pretty sure Rolex is gonna do this. They're gonna discontinue those colors pretty quick. They're not really selling a lot of them on purpose, by the way. Not that people don't want it. I want a Tiffany blue dial, but it's easier for Rolex to discontinue that model than the new Rolex Explorer 36. The Explorer 36 is a core model in the collection now, which means it's gonna be there for at least 10 to 15 years to come. In those 10 to 15 years, hundreds and thousands of those watches will flood the market. And if you buy one for $15,000 or $20,000 now, you're gonna regret it. I'm just gonna say straight up, you're gonna regret it. It's not a Daytona. It's not gonna have the Rolex Daytona effect. When people start buying this at $20,000, they're gonna save up a little or buy a Pepsi or buy a BLNR for $16,000. They're not gonna pay $20 for an Explorer. Anyway guys, I'm gonna try to cut this rant short. I could go on and on and on. This topic got me a little bit heated, but I've been super busy, so I couldn't make a video about it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please add in the comment section below what you think about this crazy market. Also, what do you guys think I should talk about in the future? I'm bringing back Take 5. It's been a while since I've been in front of the camera, but with this new studio, I really enjoy and I miss talking to you guys. So please add in the comment section below what you want me to discuss. And guys, as always, I will see you in the next one.